views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me, busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hey, everybody, welcome. Whoa. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. You know, I want to thank you all for tuning us in and turning us on. And actually, today's show is less about the Dr. Pat Show and more about money made easy with my co-host today, Mary Jane Allen, aligning with your soul's purpose, what it means for you and for the world. I am so thrilled that I'm going to be getting to have this conversation. And by the way, for those of you out there, we're going to be opening up the phone line so you will be able to call in and have a live on-air Akashic Records reading today on the show. And you're going to hear Mary Jane talk about this. What are the Akashic Records? How do they guide us or not guide us? What is our soul's purpose? How do you know when you're in it to win it or when you're not? So many people, Americans and people all over the world are being called to do their soul's work right now. And this is the consciousness of the planet. It continues to rise quickly. And today, thanks to Mary Jane Allen, she looks at this and calls this, for many of us, according to what our ancestors referred to as, and for those of you called to the ministry. But yes, it is time now. We have heard so many people talk about 2014, what it really means to us, what a soul purpose means to us, and how we are now ready and able to say yes to it. I was sharing with Mary Jane before we came on how about 8 years ago I had a vision to create a place, a gathering place, that would be about everything transformative. That would be this place that people could come to. And we actually started to carve out the website design for this 8 years ago. The difficulty for us was that our vision was so inclusive, the technology wasn't there. And so what it was, and somebody said this to me over the weekend, they said, you had this transformative Facebook idea, and we did. But it just was not able to come together. Now, I will tell you that it is coming together now. The technology is available, the connectivity is available, and we here are available. That's what I've discovered. When the right people come together for the right reasons, and who knows what that means. I mean, it's so subjective. Then things start to click. They change. Mary Jane Allen, she is a wealth catalyst and a joy creation specialist. Today on the show, she's got something so special that she is offering for people. It is incredible. There are pay-it-forwards that we've had on the show. This is really by far one of the most special I've seen. And so for 6 of you that will get in touch with her, and we're going to tell you how to do that personally, you all will receive a 60-minute Akashic Records reading for half the price, and I love this. But today we get to talk about what her practice is, whether it's energetic healing, whether it's getting at the root cause, whether it's speaking in front of, hundreds of people, or whether it's tapping into what being a wealth catalyst is all about and getting ready to end your money drama. This is today's show. Mary Jane, welcome to the show. It's great to have you. Mary Jane Allen, everybody.
thank you so much, Pat. It's always so much fun to join you and Benny. I'm just grateful to be with you. Thank you.
Oh, my gosh. This is a great show, aligning with your soul's purpose, what it means for you in the world. I wanted you to comment on this about, from your point of view, from what you have been able to discover or uncover or reveal from the Akashic Records about the time we live in. Some people say 2014, there are so many people, whether they're people in different ministries, religious groups, spiritual centers, that are just looking at 2014 in a very interesting way. Someone had to point out to me, Mary Jane, that 2014, from a numerology point of view, had some significance, but I'm not that. Can you tell us what it means, what you're sensing, what the records are telling us about this year, and why now to align with our soul's purpose?
For sure, Pat. Thank you. What's essentially happened in the last couple of years since the end of 2012, and our Earth literally shifted on the axis, so many more people are becoming aware that they need to align with their soul's purpose. And the way that typically shows up for people is they become, very restless. They're finding they're not satisfied with life. Joy is not there. They really feel like they have something to do in the world, but they just don't know what it is. There's also another interesting group that I have come to me. They're people who have trained as some kind of healers or coaches, but they're not getting the clients that they feel that, obviously they're meant to have if they're fully aligned with their soul's purpose, because when we are fully aligned with our soul's purpose, living in integrity and authenticity as a soul, embracing our gifts, we have unlimited prosperity, unlimited joy. And I have a group of clients that have been coming to me for about the past year and a half. And what I say to them when I feel these people and see them is essentially they're on what I call the edge of their purpose. They've been guided to a certain point to take training of some kind or healing of some kind. Many of them call themselves life coaches. And, life coaching is fabulous, but for many people, we need more specifics. And what we need is to find out the truth and the full alignment of who we are as a soul and all of the details of it so that we can actually call ourselves what we are and, be in full authenticity and integrity. And when we are in full authenticity and integrity, our people find us. Our true clients, our ideal clients find us just as we're looking for them. It's like two magnets searching out each other.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool how it happens, but I find so many people are coming to me having had wonderful training, wonderful certifications. They're extremely gifted at what they're doing, but they're not quite there just because they don't know all of the details of their soul alignment. And I'm really enjoying doing this work because it really changes people's lives quickly, and it's so satisfying, as you can imagine, to see people changing and moving into their full purpose, full alignment, and being able to help the people they're meant to help, and in a really rapid way. Not to say that everyone does it rapidly, and everyone does it at a different rate, but some people do this really extremely quickly, such as in, a couple of months. They've got a lot of the skills they're needing to use. They just need more clarification on what to call themselves even. It's really fascinating how this has been working, especially since the end of 2012 and our Earth's, evolution, I call it. So many of us are stepping into the role of healers. And, of course, we're not all called healers per se. Some of us are coaches. Some of us are making, as a friend of mine does, really healthy body products, really healthy soap, things that simply help the body and the earth to get rid of toxins and, move on into a better, more pure state. There are so many ways that we can move into our soul's purpose and fully align with our purpose. But I'm seeing a lot of people that really have done a lot of the work already. They just need kind of a little tune-up, essentially. essentially, which is really cool.
It is cool. You know, I want to ask you a question about that, about, what has been the dynamic that has been going on for people. And what I mean by that question is, the tune-up idea. Some people say we've gone through, if we look at sort of the evolution of things and the past 10 years or even longer than that, and we take a look at, life, and we see that things can be looked at in terms of stages. And someone mentioned to me that, okay, so here's the idea, is if that's really true, then, what are the stages that we've gone through? Why is it now we simply need a tune-up when before we needed a complete overhaul? Let's talk about that when we come back from break. I like tune-up. Rather than replace the engine. That's what I'm feeling. For those of you out there, we're going to be opening up the phone lines in a little bit, so stay with us. We'll be right back with the show. For those of you that want to find out more about Mary Jane Allen, it's very easy to do. You could go to wealthcatalyst.info. You could also go to manifestyourlifedream.com. When we come back, we're going to talk about tune-up versus overhaul. We'll be opening up the phone lines, and Mary Jane will be telling you much more about what this fabulous Akashic Records offering is. Money Made Easy with my co-host today, Mary Jane Allen, aligning with your soul's purpose, what it means for you and the world. We'll be right back.
Guess it's true, I'm not good at a one-night stand, but I still need love, 'cause I'm just a man.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit jenroyster.com for more information.
Wondering how to make more confident strategy for retirement? Do you know that there are potentially more than 12 things to consider when planning for or approaching retirement? Then stop wondering and attend the retirement seminar hosted by Jeff Packman, financial advisor with Packman, Brown & Associates, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated in Bellevue, Washington. Call 425-372-4813 for a formal invitation to the next seminar on August 6th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Light hors d'oeuvres and beverages will be provided. This is an informational event. There is no cost or obligation. Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Gallios miso dressings are delicious and made with only the finest, freshest, and all-natural ingredients. Gallios miso dressings are low in fat, sugar, salt, and carbohydrates. They do not contain any artificial ingredients or any wheat, eggs, vegetable gums, or MSG. What they do contain is astonishing flavor and silky texture that can only come from using premium quality ingredients. Order online with free shipping at www.gallioscafe.com. That's GALEOS cafe.com.
Called the Oprah of Radio by her listeners, award-winning host Dr. Pat Baccili is blowing the doors off of traditional talk radio. Get ready for an energizing delivery and powerful interviews with leaders in the field of human potential. Dr. Pat's fresh, new perspective on living life full out has catapulted her show to the top of talk radio. Tune in and Dr. Pat will help you thrive instead of merely survive. Visit thedrpatshow.com. That's THEDRPatshow.com for listening times in your area.
Psychic World, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, with John G. Sutton, featuring his special guest, Countess Strella, one of Britain's most respected psychic mediums. John is an internationally published author, poet, and professional clairvoyant. His best-selling books include Psychic Pets, featured with John on the Walt Disney Channel, Animal Planet. Currently, John is the feature editor of the monthly Psychic World, which is the UK's Journal of Spiritualism. He has over 30 years of experience working in the field of paranormal studies. Countess Strella has an incredible ability to visualize your future in a positive, passionate way, this show offers all listeners the chance to call in and speak directly to John or the amazing Countess Torella. You can ask your personal questions about love, career, money, relationships, or whatever is troubling you in this often difficult life. What dreams may come? Join John G. Sutton and Countess Torella to discover your answer. See www.psychicworld.net.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. I want to welcome you. We've got a great show, great show, great conversation today for everyone. It is important beyond important. And the reason that it's so important is because each of us knows what it feels like. I know what it feels like to be at a place where things just seem out of sorts, where we don't really have a clear sense of our lives, and we're not really sure what to do about it. And that's why Mary Jane Allen is here today. If you are open to getting live on air an Akashic Records reading for whatever is ailing you, because we're going to talk about this now here when we come back, whatever's going on, because if there's something going on, there's something that needs to heal. And a lot of the times we may not know what that is. So we're opening up the phone lines early so that we can get as many of you in the loop here as possible. And what I want to say is when you come on, you're going to need a little bit of information ready. So what you're going to need, I'm just going to give you a heads up, but Benny will ask you. You're going to need your full name at birth, your date of birth, your place you were born, and if your name is different now. And what's going to happen is that information will be passed on to Mary Jane Allen so that we're not giving that information out over the air if you don't want. And so we're going to be taking your calls now. I'm opening up the phone lines, 1-800-930-2819, 1-800-930-2819, and in a little bit we'll tell you about this incredible Pay It Forward that Mary Jane Allen has created for everyone. Mary Jane, thank you for joining me here today. I love what you said before about the time we live in and the fact that we need a tune-up. Now, why do I like that? Why do I like the idea of a tune-up as opposed to an overhaul? Well, I've done the overhaul thing, and that is a little weird. So
it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. So tell me a little bit about the tune-up idea and about what people will experience when they call into the show.
Well, Pat, what I typically do, when people call into the show, I can answer any of their questions about, whatever literally is ailing them, whatever is holding them back in life. I'm a wealth catalyst, so I deal with a lot of money issues with people. But I also do a lot of soul purpose work. And the reason for that is because the soul purpose work is the beginning of the wealth catalyst work. Because, as you know, you really have to be aligned with your soul's purpose and be in full integrity and, as I said before, authenticity to who you are as a soul to let the wealth and prosperity and ideal clients who are looking for you come into your life. Because money does not come to us through clients. It comes to us through source because of our clients. It's a slight differentiation, but it comes from source through our ideal clients, and these are the people who need our particular brand of work, our particular brand of healing. And as I said, it's one magnet seeking another. Mm-hmm. It's about people who are being willing to become and embody the authenticity that you share, your soul gifts and trainings in the world. And a lot of people, I've had apply for my programs say to me, I am just desperate to solve my money issues. I need to know what my life purpose is. But yet when I ask them questions about how willing they are to move ahead and do the work, they're not that willing. So this is not for the faint of heart. This is for people who are really serious about making big changes in their lives. It's about people who want to achieve their dreams. Mm-hmm. Whether that looks like, traveling the world, whether it looks like putting on one-day intensives in the most beautiful hotels in the world, or, whatever it is for you. Whether it means setting up your own naturopath business or natural body products business, as I said, my one friend is doing and has been extremely successful with because she is fully aligned with her soul's purpose. It's about having the courage to get the work done, and a lot of the courage actually isn't that much, because when you think about it, what we do in the Akashic Records when someone signs up for one of my programs is we do a lot of the healing for you. So a lot of the big fears from this lifetime and the past lives are simply healed on the spot. And each week as we go through whatever program you're signed for, you're aligned for and signed up for, you feel so much easier about it. You feel so much better. You feel so much more confident. So, it's about being ready. That's what I say to people. It's about really, truly looking yourself in the eye, thinking about and aligning with your heart and saying, okay, now, am I truly ready to do this work? Am I truly ready to align with my soul purpose and do whatever it takes to get there, to achieve my goals and dreams? And that's kind of the bottom line. Yeah.
Wow. And we've got callers calling into the show here, just amazingly wanting to connect, and we'll do that. I want to talk with you for a minute, if we could, about something that I heard a long time ago, Mary Jane, and it is the term chemicalization. It's a term that Catherine Ponder, I think, sort of captured when she was talking about the stages of prosperity. And we've since lost our contact with that term. For whatever reason, it didn't catch on in our pop culture. But what you're talking about is the same thing. There are things that show up, and there's a discomfort associated with it. Some people call it the dark night of the soul. Other people call it, whatever they want, they're going to call it. But there is a time that we go through that seems like we're never going to get out of it. I've been there. I go through it on a regular basis. I have a friend that's there now, and things are dark. And when things start to get dark, we don't know what to do to make them lighter. Tell us a little bit about what you've experienced with your clients to help them at least see a ray of light in the darkness.
Yeah, thank you, Pat. Something that I'm really, really strong about is I insist on my clients, the clients who want to sign up for one of my programs, I insist on having regular email contact with them. And that could be every day. It could be 4, 6, 8 times a day. It doesn't matter, because I want people to feel comfortable. And, usually, 99% of the time, the dark stuff is not reality. It never has been. It never will be. It's your soul's, it's your subconscious mind, unfortunately. It's your subconscious mind trying to put you off track, because it's all about fear. And as an intuitive coach, as a clairvoyant, a clairaudient, and being trained in the Akashic Records as I have been, I can very easily talk my clients down to reality again. And it's one of the things I find most satisfying about this work. And, having worked with many mentors in the past, some of them were better about this than others. And what I learned about that was how important it is for people, because I knew how important it was for me when I was going through programs with my past mentors. There are a lot of fears that can come up, and we need support during that time. The more support we can get, the better we feel, and the easier we can move on. So I'm huge about email support, and I'm on that email. Literally, my husband comes home and says, "You're still in the same place you were in when I left for work at 7 this morning." So, it's me answering my clients' emails with fears that they've had and setting them straight about the truth, and them getting back to me and saying, "Thank you so much, because I feel 100 pounds lighter." Literally, that's the kind of thing that is so important to me, because I'm all about sending love and healing and blessings and lightness to my people. I don't want them to feel the darkness. And when they do, I'm all about sending them to the light and sending them energy that will make them feel so much better immediately.
Well, I want to talk with you for a minute here about something you said earlier, and it's something that I'm acutely aware of. Yeah. One of the things you said is you really got to want to change. You really got to want a different life. You have to really want it in order to take the action, to go to any length, right? Yeah. And know that part of that is to go, into any length. In this time we live in, the cosmos of things in a spiritual way. And that, too, is what you help folks with. Some of these embedded blueprints that are in there for us.
No question. Pat, when I have a session with a client, which, my programs contain various numbers of sessions, and I'm really excited because I'm coming out with some new mini programs, I call them, for a very discounted price for 10 clients. Literally, they're on my email list, the people who have subscribed to my email list via subscribing to my free ebook. But, whoever you are and however you subscribe to one of my programs, it's all about making you feel good. And, the thing about the Akashic Records is you don't have to sit in an office and talk about your pain for, months on end. And I have nothing against therapists. My goodness, I've seen several in my own lifetime who are fabulous. But I'm all about doing things quickly. An example that I would just give you is a lovely lady who's been a client of mine for a while got in touch with me last week wanting a session for her little 5-year-old daughter because her daughter was not able to process her pain. Children have a lot of pain. They go through various things that cause them to cry, and they're feeling sad about something. And this is a lovely mother, don't get me wrong. She's a beautiful person. What I found in one of this child's last lives was that she had been raised by a man who was a wealthy banker who turned out to be her mother's soul in this lifetime, and a lovely nanny. And they lived in England. They were well-to-do people. The father owned a bank, so he was often at work, and this is her mother in this lifetime. She didn't see him very much. She saw her nanny occasionally, as she had other things to do as well, other duties. I think she was partly a maid by the sounds of it. But what happened was she didn't have she had a horrible mother, to be honest with you, a very bitter mother who didn't even want to have her as a child, didn't want to have children. So, the mother in this lifetime is telling me, my child will not cry. She, basically stifles her crying, and she says, I don't want anyone to see me when I'm crying. So you can imagine, the pain that's causing the mother.
Wow.
And I know the mother because I've worked with her numerous times. She's a lovely person. And essentially the first thing I saw when I went into this dear child's record was this lifetime in England with this lovely father who she saw only at dinner time and early in the morning at breakfast. And the rest of the time was with the mother and occasionally the nanny. But I saw immediately the child in her closet stifling her crying, and her back was just, shaking, basically, because she had both of her hands over her mouth, sobbing, because her mother had said something horrible, horribly hurtful to her. There were so many things I heard, but one was, children should not be seen or heard. Wow. I don't want you here, I want you quiet. So, any child who had that as a past life experience is going to have some issues in this lifetime. So, what we did was we went into that lifetime and we simply cleared away all of that negative energy and all of those horrible feelings from that mother. And, things have completely turned around for this child in the last week. So,
wow.
That's the kind of thing that happens when we work in our Akashic Records.
Well, and that's what we're going to talk about during the show even more. One of the things we're going to do when we come back is we're going to be going right to the phone lines. We're going to also give you more information about how you can connect with Mary Jane Allen directly when we come back, and about this fabulous Pay It Forward offer. Let's take a short break, everybody. We'll be right back, and we're right on the phone.
Going under the knife for spinal surgery should be your last resort. Get a copy of this free special report, What Your Doctor Doesn't Want You to Know About Back Surgery. Get the report online at wellness1.net or call them toll-free at 866-499-7509. Read the report. It will take about 8 minutes in order to make a better informed decision about your back pain. Visit wellness1.net or call 866-499-7509.
How confident do you feel about your retirement? It's never too early or too late to start thinking about your retirement. Ask Ameriprise financial advisor Jeff Packman about the exclusive Confident Retirement Approach. You and Jeff can break down retirement planning step by step to get to the real answers you need. In fact, 93% of clients who have had the Confident Retirement Approach conversation feel more confident about their retirement. Call Jeff Packman, financial advisor at 425-453-0272. Office is located at 601 108th Avenue Northeast, Suite 1800 in Bellevue, Washington 98004. Percentage based on Ameriprise Financial Confident Retirement Client Survey as of December 2013. The Confident Retirement Approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor. Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member of FINRA and SIPC.
The Read of a Lifetime. Advanced Studies of the Human Aura by David Christopher Lewis overflows with new vital revelations to enlighten your mind and transform your world. Learn to supercharge your aura with rainbow-colored radiance and magnetize your heart's highest desires. Advanced Studies of the Human Aura. It will change how you see yourself. Advanced Studies of the Human Aura by David Christopher Lewis. Order it today at davidclewisbook.org.
Sky Siegel co-hosts one of today's most popular psychic shows, Angels and Answers, with Artie Hoffman, as she communicates healing messages from the spirit world. These messages can be astounding, enlightening, and life-changing. Born with the God-given talent of inner guidance and the amazing ability to heal, Sky has healed thousands of people. Schedule a reading with Sky now. Call 908-500-1474 and visit skyofangels.com.
Holistic Medical Center is where you find it all. A healthy space with doctors who care, see, and listen to the whole you. Hi, this is Dr. Darvish. If you have not found an answer to your chronic symptoms, you will find answers here at Holistic Medical Center. Our doctors find the root cause of your symptoms and guide your body towards healing naturally. We transform lives from within. Visit drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. I want to welcome you. Welcome. This is a great, great hour of another great hour, I want to say. Money Made Easy with my co-host, Mary Jane Allen. I'm Dr. Pat, aligning with your soul's purpose. Before we jump on the phones, one more time, tell folks about the first 6 listeners to get in touch with you, how they're going to be able to get in touch with you, and what you're offering, and, of course, your website.
Oh, thank you, Pat. Basically, I want to reach people who have been on the fence about having an Akashic record reading to heal and clear and find out what is holding them back in life, because I can help you with that, and it would be my absolute honor to do so. You can reach me at manifestyourlifedream.com or wealthcatalyst.info. Just go to the contact page, say, I heard you on the Dr. Pat Show, and the first 6 listeners who get in touch will have a 1/2 price, 50% off, 1-hour Akashic record reading and healing. Yes, we'll be doing healing too. So it's really powerful, and it's a great opportunity for you to get in touch and start some work of your own, or, enhance what you've already been doing. And with love, I look forward to hearing from you.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, we are ready for you, Mr. Benny.
Yes,
Who do we have first?
We'll take Alita calling in from Seattle. Alita, welcome to the show.
Hi, Alita. Welcome to the show. Great to have you here.
Hi, Alita.
Thank you. Hi. I'd love to know what's holding me back. I have stayed in a kind of an under-earning place of low salary pretty much my whole career. And I would love to change careers, but not quite sure what to do.
Sorry, could you say that last bit again, Alita? You'd love to change careers?
Oh, I'm looking at a career change, and I'm not quite sure what to do. I just feel like one of those people who has something I'm supposed to be doing. Yep. I don't know what it is.
Okay. Hold on, honey. I'm just going to go into your record. Do I have your permission to open your Akashic record?
Absolutely.
Thank you, my dear. Just one moment, please. Alita, thank you very much for holding, my dear. It's interesting because what I saw for you came very quickly and just brightly. What I see for you is you're a very artistic personality. And this has come to you through numerous lifetimes. And basically what they're saying is that you need to go into your own business. Well, I should say you can work for someone else, but you will be by far the most profitable and most prosperous if you move into your own business via connecting to your soul's energy. This is soul purpose alignment at its best, honey. And what it means is there's a lot of work to be done around the chakras for you. You're going to be teaching people how to heal themselves via the chakras. And there's painting involved. It's like you... let's see. First of all, you start out small, which everyone does, which is great, perfect, because you gain confidence. You start out either speaking to groups or standing up in front of a classroom of, say, 20 to 30 people, and you show people how their chakras affect their health, affect their well-being, affect their prosperity, affect how they can move into their purpose. Alita, you're very, very color-oriented, and
yes.
This is something that is actually not a small, sorry, I don't mean to scare you at all, but this is not a small purpose. This is something that can be massive for you, and it can lead to writing books. It can also lead to you giving lectures, but it can also lead to you being in front of literally thousands of people talking about how chakras and metaphysical healing can lead to people finding their purpose and aligning fully with their soul's energy. Does that resonate with you?
Wow. Oh, my gosh. Does it ever? It makes me want to cry.
Sorry, honey. I don't mean to do that, but sometimes that happens.
No,
Alita,
I feel, first of all, yes.
Alita, I'm just saying this because, it's coming to me. Would you please get in touch with me and be one of the first people to get in touch so I can give you a half-price reading?
Yes, I will.
Because there is more you need to know. And, I feel like you need it. I feel like you need some healing around it. And, there could be more. But right now, what you're doing in terms of work is so far from who you are.
Yes, it is.
Yes, honey. And it's okay because, you know what? Today's a new day. Today is a new day.
Thank you so much for this gift.
My absolute honor. And please get in touch with me because I want to work with you. And get one of those half-price
Thank you. I'll send you an email today.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, honey.
Thanks, Dr. Pat.
Oh, amazing. Now, I think we have callers. I think we should skip the break. What do you think? Because I know Benny's got a bunch of people lined up. So, Mr. Benny, who would you like to go to next?
Yeah, we'll take Naomi calling in from Seattle. Naomi, welcome to the show.
Hi, Naomi.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Naomi, how are you?
Thank you for taking my call. I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good, excellent. What's your question,
too am one of those. I think I'm doing my life's purpose, but I'm not real sure. I mean, it's my passion, and it's something I have done all of my life, and I just want to get clarity on it, that I'm really on the right path with it.
Okay. All righty. Just give me one moment, my dear. Do I have your permission to open your Akashic record?
Yes, you do.
Okay. One moment, please. Thank you. Naomi, thank you for holding, my dear. What I see for you very quickly is, I don't mean to scare you with this because it may, but it's okay because everything is going to happen gradually.
Okay.
You are very much an energetic, hands-on type healer. And what I see for you is you being up on stage, showing people the energetic healing that will take place if they train and basically download through their crown chakra the gifts that their soul has to offer. And there are still some more gifts that you're going to train with and basically download. But you have enormous, my God, it's just like fire coming out of your fingertips.
Wow. I always felt I was a healer.
What are you doing right now?
Right now, I'm retired, and I am a vocalist. Yes, I just got into this about 2 years. Well, I've sang all my life, but I just went professional about
well, being
years
a vocalist is a type of healer as well, and you may end up incorporating that too. But you have got, you've got fire coming out of your fingertips. That's what I can say to you.
Oh my goodness.
What I think you need to do is take some sort of and actually what's coming to me, and I have no affiliation with this at all, is either, well, actually, no. Okay, what I'm hearing is Bradley Nelson's body code. That is coming to me. I don't know Bradley Nelson from a hole in the ground, literally. Bradley Nelson, L-E-N-E-L-S-O-N. And it's a type of hands-on healing. And I see you up on stage, Naomi.
Mm-hmm.
You are showing people how you can heal serious illnesses through hands-on healing. And it's not going to happen in 6 months. It's going to take a little bit longer. And what they're saying is your vocalism and your voice is part of your gift. Don't get me wrong, it's not part of your purpose. And people gain tremendous healing from hearing your voice because you have a beautiful singing voice. But your true purpose is hands-on healing. And it's not only doing it in a small way, it is up on stage. And I know that scares you in some ways, but there's also a necessity for you to write a book, Naomi.
Yes.
About the process of what has happened to you since you found your purpose and moved into it, aligned fully with your soul, all of the details, so that you can encourage other people to do the same thing. Because, oftentimes we can have a main life purpose, but then we've got secondary gifts. I mean, we've sung in different lifetimes, and we have a beautiful voice, which I know you do. You need to keep using your voice because it's part of who you are. It's part of your life purpose. But it's one of those things that I said earlier in the interview. I don't know if you heard it, but you're on the edge of your purpose by using your voice.
All right.
And you can still use your voice in different ways to soothe people, to heal people while you're doing your hands-on healing. I see you singing in a very soft and quiet and very gentle and soothing way while doing this. Well, I'm sorry. This is just like you're on fire, literally.
Wow.
Your hands are like, out of the tips of your fingernails, there is literally fire. And what that says to me, what it shows me, is it is God's source energy moving through you. And there are so many people with so many chronic, hideous, horrible illnesses in this lifetime, and you are going to be working with them and healing them. But you're not going to be doing it in a small way. You will at first,
right.
But you need to move big, honey. You need to get out, and visible. And it's not going to happen overnight because it's a big thing. It's becoming visible, sort of saying, well, I knew that I was a singer. I knew that was part of my soul's gift. But then, I've got this fire coming out of my fingertips, according to MJ, but, I need to move toward that as well. Naomi,
yes.
I would be grateful if you would get in touch with me and try to get one of these half-price readings as well, or just get a reading from me because you need more information. And you have enormous things to accomplish. I don't mean to discourage you in any way. It's an enormous thing for you.
I'm so excited. It's like, oh, my God.
It's what your soul wants for you, and it's what you're meant to be doing.
Wow. Awesome. All right, Naomi. Thank you. Boy, I'll tell you, you got a call to action going on here, don't you?
Wow. I'm sorry.
I said okay
you
with
got
that,
a call
Naomi?
to action. Yeah, you got all that, right, Naomi? So, this is a time of action now for you. So connect with Mary Jane and go from here.
I will do that.
I would love to talk to you, Naomi.
All right. Wow. Thank you. I think we've got more callers. Mr. Benny, where would you like to go?
Sure. As long as Mary Jane has the information for our next one, it's Christine, and apparently Christine didn't want to hang around, so it's up to you two now.
Okay. We're all good to go.
Okay. All right. Are we pretty cool with callers right now, Benny? We're good, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my gosh. Mary Jane, just from listening to some of the folks here that have called into the show, this really does talk to what you and I were alluding to before about the call to action and how important it is. And at the same time, how scary it can be for people. I wanted to ask you if you could just give folks an idea of, if they haven't been able to call into the show today, just to give them an idea of how they can begin to make some change in their lives, as well as, what is it about working with you directly that might be able to help speed things along? Because I don't know about you, but I need to be moving things along in my life.
You and me both, Pat. I think we both know that about each other. I've always been kind of someone who really wants to move at the speed of light, and my subconscious mind gets involved and delays me for a bit, and then I'm back to the speed of light. But anyway, the truth is, this work is not easy. It's not for the faint of heart, but it is what we're meant to be doing in this lifetime. It is what brings us joy. And, to say for me what it's done for me, I'm just going to use myself as an example. I went from working at basically jobs that meant absolutely nothing to me after university. They were a complete bore. They hardly paid any money. I was a clerk. I was a secretary. I was this, that, and something else. When I work with someone in the Akashic Records, especially in one of my programs, and I see what happens to them during that time period, the feeling is just, it's nondescript. It's the feeling of being able to heal people's fears and pain at such a deep level and align them with who they truly are at the deepest level so that they can serve the world, and become prosperous and joyful and do what they're meant to do. And, I can't tell you how I felt when my first mentor told me what I was meant to do with my lifetime. It was shocking for the first week. I didn't actually believe it. But then it assimilated, and I had many dreams about it, and I soon realized that, oh, yes, this was it, and we needed to get going on it. But what I insist upon with my clients is, email contact, because whatever they're feeling fear about, I'm here to help them with, and I big time insist upon that because I don't want people feeling afraid. I don't want people feeling, that they can't cope with something or that they're not able to do something because someone will judge them or, any of those things. What are my parents going to say? What are my friends going to say? And It's one of the reasons that I really insist upon email contact, and I'm on the email constantly with my people, and I really feel strongly about it.
Wow. First of all, we have our caller back, and I think there may be a little time, but give out your website, and then let's see if we can go to the phone.
For sure. It's Manifest Your Life Dream or wealthcatalyst.info. And first 6 clients or callers who get in touch with me on the website, on the contact page, saying, I heard you on Dr. Pat, you get a 1 hour Akashic Record reading and healing for half price. So it's an amazing opportunity to really find out what this is all about, experience an Akashic Record reading, and move on past your fears. And I am delighted to hear from you, and I send you love and blessings.
Awesome. Let's go to the phones. I think we have time. What do you think?
We do, and we actually brought Christine back. She called back in. We had just some little cell phone issues, and she is calling in. And Christine,
Great.
Welcome to the show. What's up?
Hi there. I'm calling to ask if this is a time for me to begin writing my book.
Okay. Christine, what have you been doing in the past? What kind of work have you been doing?
I do, during the day, I do ad sales. I have a creative project in the evenings, but I do ad sales, and I've moved into marketing for different companies. So the ad sales happened for about 3.5 years, and that's it's shifting. So I kind of was like, well, I want to shift what I'm doing too. So what I do is I help small businesses market and get leads and get their business going.
Okay. Just one moment, my dear. Do I have your permission to open your Akashic Record?
You do.
Thank you. Just one moment, please.
I love what you do for a living.
I love it too. And you know what I love most about it?
Tell me.
It is that I was listening to you way back when you did crust busting, and you were the reason that I started really looking into that. And I absolutely think you are just a gift to this planet, Dr. Pat.
Thank you so much. Wow.
Christine, thank you for holding. Sorry, Pat. Christine, what I'm getting on about you is that, yes, this is an ideal time for you to start writing your book, but the book is also going to be about, you encouraging people to align with their soul's purpose.
Yes.
And you encouraging people to find the money leaks in their business.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of what that's going to be about is about visibility.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are afraid to be fully visible to the world in their businesses, especially if the business is non-traditional.
Right.
They want to hide. And
yes, I often say that people have great products and services that they just don't know how to market themselves and be seen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and this is it. This is a big focus for you. You need to show people and encourage them in a big way as to how they can actually and how they need to help their people, their clients, their people who are coming to them for help. And it's the magnet, attracting the magnet kind of thing.
Right.
It's about people needing to hear from you in your book that you need to stand up and be counted.
Yes, the name of my book is going to be Busker.
Cool.
Nice. And that's about, somebody who stands on a corner and sings for their money.
Yep.
And so I'm very excited to connect people to their life purpose through their, and doing it through their work. And also that lights up people who connect with them, because then it's all a huge resonance and calibration.
Christine, what they're also saying about you, and your book actually, is Busters in Business.
I love it.
Yeah. Yes, Buster in Business.
Christine,
Wonderful.
thank you so much.
People.
Thank you so much. And I need to find out how to get a hold of you so I can hire you to help us in our business. Isn't that coming full circle, Christine? Awesome. Wow, this is amazing. Thank you.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit jenroyster.com for more information.
Wondering how to make more confident strategy for retirement? Do you know that there are potentially more than 12 things to consider when planning for or approaching retirement? Then stop wondering and attend the retirement seminar hosted by Jeff Packman, financial advisor with Packman, Brown & Associates, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated in Bellevue, Washington. Call 425-372-4813 for a formal invitation to the next seminar on August 6th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Light hors d'oeuvres and beverages will be provided. This is an informational event. There is no cost or obligation. Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Galeos miso dressings are delicious and made with only the finest, freshest, and all-natural ingredients. Galeos miso dressings are low in fat, sugar, salt, and carbohydrates. They do not contain any artificial ingredients or any wheat, eggs, vegetable gums, or MSG. What they do contain is astonishing flavor and silky texture that can only come from using premium quality ingredients. Order online with free shipping at www.galeoscafe.com. That's GALEOS cafe.com.
Called the Oprah of Radio by her listeners, award-winning host Dr. Pat Baccili is blowing the doors off of traditional talk radio. Get ready for an energizing delivery and powerful interviews with leaders in the field of human potential. Dr. Pat's fresh, new perspective on living life full out has catapulted her show to the top of talk radio. Tune in and Dr. Pat will help you thrive instead of merely survive. Visit thedrpatshow.com. That's THEDRPatshow.com for listening times in your area.
Psychic World, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern, with John G. Sutton, featuring his special guest, Countess Storella, one of Britain's most respected psychic mediums. John is an internationally published author, poet, and professional clairvoyant. His best-selling books include Psychic Pets, featured with John on the Walt Disney Channel, Animal Planet. Currently, John is the feature editor of the monthly Psychic World, which is the UK's Journal of Spiritualism. He has over 30 years of experience working in the field of paranormal studies. Countess Storella has an incredible ability to visualize your future in a positive, passionate way. This show offers all listeners the chance to call in and speak directly to John or the amazing Countess Storella. You can ask your personal questions about love, career, money, relationships, or whatever is troubling you in this often difficult life. What dreams may come? Join John G. Sutton and Countess Storella to discover your answer. See www.psychicworld.net.
Going under the knife for spinal surgery should be your last resort. Get a copy of this free special report, What Your Doctor Doesn't Want You to Know About Back Surgery. Get the report online at wellness1.net or call them toll-free at 866-499-7509. Read the report. It will take about 8 minutes in order to make a better informed decision about your back pain. Visit wellness1.net or call 866-499-7509.
How confident do you feel about your retirement? It's never too early or too late to start thinking about your retirement. Ask Ameriprise financial advisor Jeff Packman about the exclusive Confident Retirement Approach. You and Jeff can break down retirement planning step by step to get to the real answers you need. In fact, 93% of clients who have had the Confident Retirement Approach conversation feel more confident about their retirement. Call Jeff Packman, financial advisor at 425-453-0272. Office is located at 601 108th Avenue Northeast, Suite 1800 in Bellevue, Washington 98004. Percentage based on Ameriprise Financial Confident Retirement Client Survey as of December 2013. The Confident Retirement Approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor. Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member of FINRA and SIPC.
The read of a lifetime. Advanced Studies of the Human Aura by David Christopher Lewis overflows with new vital revelations to enlighten your mind and transform your world. Learn to supercharge your aura with rainbow-colored radiance and magnetize your heart's highest desires. Advanced Studies of the Human Aura. It will change how you see yourself. Advanced Studies of the Human Aura by David Christopher Lewis. Order it today at davidclewisbook.org.